Hello. Right, so a nice simple cooking with Andy today. Still there's not much cooking involved, but let's see how it goes. I'm going to do my not famous but very well known alcoholic fruit trifles, and let's see what happens. So we are in lockdown, which means I have been unable to get all of the ingredients that I needed. Normally I'd have a nice black cherry compote, which would be lots of very lovely fruit. So instead we've got old favourite peach slices and fresh blueberries as our fruit option. We've got some custard ready to go. Ladies' fingers, or is that okra? Boudoir fingers. Basically they're sponge. So trifle sponges if we were doing big ones, but we're only going to do little ones. Obviously alcohol features heavily in most of my cooking, and today we are using white rum and Madeira. Oh, and in there, you can just about see it, old school jelly cubes. Yeah, black cherry jelly cubes from the last time I made this. So here we go. The very first thing I have to do is make the jelly. So I've got the kettle boiling in the back. Obviously you saw earlier that I'd broken the jelly cubes, or the jelly, which just came in a block, into cubes. And what we're going to do is we're going to add boiling water. Oh, and I need a fork for this part, so 4. Wait for the kettle to boil. Okay, so we need half a pint. Oh, I have to come down here. Half a pint glasses. Half a pint of boiling water. Yep, lovely. I made sure that that was on the meniscus, which is the line of liquid, and I have no idea why I remember that from science classes from school, but I do. Right, so this has to dissolve completely. Dissolving over there. I'm going to prepare our glasses. Now, you could do this all in one big bowl, and I did do that at Christmas. It lasted weeks. But, you know, that's the problem when you make something large, it lasts a long time. The next time I made it in glasses, and I think it was as an alcoholic, but it seemed to go down well. So we're gonna do it in glasses. So, first thing to do, having washed hands, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to Andy, happy birthday to you. It's on my birthday, but they say that twice through is the 20 seconds it takes. So always wash your hands. Now I've lost track, but that's gonna be 20 seconds, surely. Ladies' fingers, sorry, boudoir fingers, or sponge trifle, whatever you call them, into the bottom of the glass. Broken. Do it very haphazard, really. My slight OCD needs to have the sugary bits on the top for some reason. I don't know why. I don't suppose it's necessary or required, but there we go. So a nice layer of sponge at the bottom of the glass. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, see that? So we have our 2. Let's give that a bit of stir. Right, so the next thing that goes in is the fruit on top of the sponge. So I'm just going to layer the fruit on top of the sponge. Now some nice blobbers. So again, as I say, I would have normally used a nice compote, but thanks COVID-19, not an option. Fresh is better anyway, isn't it? Fresh. Right, so now the fruit is in, we add the alcohol. So the alcohol is going to soak through the fruit and into the sponge. So this is where my measure. Yes, my measure. So measure. Madeira wine. Oh, there we go. Madeira wine's like a fortified wine, for those of you who don't know. It's really nice actually. It's sherry-like, which I suppose is a fortified wine. Right, and today I'm going to use some white rum. So, again, you could use any alcohol. It's really up to you what you use. Yeah, so last time I did it, I actually used sherry. It's a classic sherry trifle, although Madeira is like a sherry, but you know. And I also put some gin in as well. Oh, and some amaretto, that was nice. Yeah, we won't put that much in. Now the jelly is very nearly all melted. Very nearly, but not quite. So just going to melt this a bit more. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll speed this up. Now, you're supposed to add another half pint of cold water. I'm not going to add a whole half pint because I want it to be a really, really thick jelly. So I'm just going to add, you can't see this, but you'll have to trust me. Just going to add up to, yeah, about 3/4 of a pint. Now we're going to pour the jelly over the fruit. And the glasses. So it mix together nicely. It looks quite pretty, doesn't it? I'll tell you what would be really nice if the blueberries. Right, hold on. Just going to make sure that the blueberries can be seen from the outside. Just because that would look pretty pretty. Oh, bit of blondie. Soon found out how to hold a glass. Na, 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 na. Isn't this fun? Who wants to go outside and go to the pub and the cinema and restaurants and yeah, okay. I now need to put these in the fridge so they'll set, which I don't know how long that'll take, but until it's done basically. So see you on the other side. There's Daisy, always watching, always learning. All right, Daisy, say hello. It's not set yet, it's only been a few minutes, but I just had to look up what this was about Lady's Fingers. And first of all, a warning, be very careful when you search for ladyfingers on the internet. However, what I did find out, because interestingly, these sponge fingers from a shop that I wasn't going to name, but the co-op, on the back of them, oh, can you see this? On the back of them, can you see that? It says Boudoir. So I thought Boudoir was like the brand or something, but it's not the brand at all. So it's Boudoir in French. Don't know why it's French. I did look it up, but I've forgotten. But in Italian, they're called Saviodori or something like that. And in English, they're called sponge fingers. So there you go. There's a small history lesson for you. Who says you don't learn anything when you're in lockdown? Okay, so these have come out of the fridge now. They're pretty much set. They could be a bit more set, but that's probably because I put a lot of alcohol in. But it's all going to be okay. So, next step, adding the custard. This is going to be really cat-handed for me, but here we go. So you want a layer of custard which will sit on top of the fruit and the jelly. You need to try and not get any over the glass, which is easier said than done. I do have a smaller spoon to do this with, but it would take me ages. A nice bit of palatini. You can actually see the alcohol floating on the top. These are going to make a lovely, lovely dinner tonight. Should we speed this up a bit? Right, now that's done. Whipped cream in a homemade whipping cream bag, which Paul made for me. Which is basically a freezer bag with a hole cut in. And then we pipe it on. Take that out. Flaked almonds. Oops. The top. A rather alcoholic fruit trifle. I think it's a work of beauty, don't you? It's certainly going to be a work of beauty when I've eaten it. Thanks again for watching.